morning, boys and girls. It's Miss Barbara here. I'm here to get you ready for a very special Jewish holiday that's happening next week. It's called Passover. On Passover, Jewish families gather around a table and have a very special dinner called a Seder. Part of the Seder, the most favorite part for children, is when somebody hides the middle matzah called the afikomen. And after the dinner's over, they go on a big hunt to try to find the afikomen. I remember when I was little, my grandfather used to hide the afikomen, and boy, was it hard to find. Well, in this story, called the Passover Scavenger Hunt, this little girl, whose name is Rachel, has an uncle who's not so good at hiding the afikomen. Let's see what happens. Passover Scavenger Hunt. Rachel had a plan. Every Passover, Great Uncle Harry led the family Seder and hid the afikomen. But Great Uncle Harry was a terrible hider. Rachel and her cousins knew all his hiding places, in the tissue box, behind the goldfish bowl, and even on the bookshelf. Rachel had an idea. It was a few hours before the Seder, and Great Uncle Harry was taking a nap with Rachel's puppy Hot Dog. "Uncle Harry, you're so tired," said Rachel. "Why don't you let me hide the afikomen for you tonight so you can relax?" Great Uncle Harry smiled. Good idea. And he went back to sleep. So Rachel grabbed her markers, her scissors, and a big piece of white cardboard. She had a lot of work to do. During the Seder, Rachel squirmed with excitement. Great Uncle Harry took the middle matzah and he broke it in half. He wrapped it in a white napkin and passed it to Rachel. "This year, Rachel is hiding the afikomen," he announced. Rachel held up an envelope. It said clue number 1. "We're doing an afikomen scavenger hunt," said Rachel. "I've hidden 6 envelopes around the house. Each envelope has a puzzle piece and a riddle that will lead you to the next clue. Once you find the clues and solve the puzzle, you will find the afikomen." Clue number 1. She handed the envelope to Michael. Inside, he found a cardboard puzzle piece and a riddle, and he read it out loud. "Karpas is parsley, fresh and green. Find clue number 2, where green is the scene." "We have to look where green is the scene," said Jack. Jack went into the living room. Climbing into the sofa, he looked up at the painting on the wall. He reached behind the frame and found clue number 2. Michael pulled out the new riddle. "Read it to us, Michael," said Jack. "The egg is for spring, when everything grows. Find clue number 3, where the bald man glows." Michael and Jack stared at the clue, scratching their heads. David smiled and tiptoed down to the basement. There on the shelf stood Great Uncle Harry's tennis trophy, which was shaped like a tennis player, a bald tennis player. David pulled out clue number 3 and another puzzle piece. "I found it," yelled David. The others raced downstairs and David read the clue aloud. "The shank bone reminds us of when the Jews fled. Find clue number 4, where Frank rests his head." "That doesn't make any sense. Who is Frank?" asked Jack. Rachel giggled. "You'll have to figure it out." "Oh, please give us a hint," David begged. "Maybe Frank isn't a who, but a what," said Rachel. Rachel's puppy thumped down the stairs, tail wagging and drool flying. "Hey, it's Hot Dog. Hot Dog is another word for Frank." "I know where Hot Dog rests his head," Michael said. He pointed to the dog bed. Under the cushion was clue number 4. "Aptly Harosat reminds us of bricks. Find clue number 5, where Rachel does tricks." "Rachel's magic set," Jack shouted. "Lead the way, Jack," Rachel said. In Rachel's closet, behind the stuffed animals, underneath her pink boots, was her box of magic tricks and clue number 5. "Moror is bitter. I don't like the taste. Find clue number 6, where we recycle, not waste." The scavenger hunt team dashed to the kitchen, practically knocking over Mom and Aunt Sarah. David reached under the recycling bin for clue number 6 and the last puzzle piece. Muzzle tough, cousins! Use your sharp eyes to assemble the puzzle and find your big prize. Michael and David and Jack spread the pieces out on the floor. Then they moved the pieces around until they fit together. Oh, it's a Seder plate, David said. It has all the clues from our scavenger hunt. We have karpas, we have egg, we have shankbone, charoset, and moror. So, where's the afikoman? David asked. I know, said Jack. He raced to the dining room and lifted the Seder plate from the table. Sure enough, underneath the afikoman was wrapped in a white napkin. How did you get it under there, Rachel asked David. You were with us the whole time. I wonder, boys and girls, do you have any idea how she did it? Uncle Harry, did you see her sneak back, said Jack. I didn't see a thing, said Great Uncle Harry, and he winked at Rachel. I've been sitting here resting. Right, Rachel? Right, Uncle Harry, she answered. Who do you think took that and hid it for Rachel? I wonder. Well, I hope you all have a great Passover. And if you're not Jewish, maybe you could find a friend that is and get yourself invited to a Seder. It could be a lot of fun.